keto and fasting products that I trust. You guys have been asking for it time and time again, so here it is just in time for the holidays to make it super easy, a one-stop, one-shop for you to be able to find all the items that I talk about in my videos at discounted prices, but also the reasoning behind why I like them. So I'm gonna go on down the line. The first product that I'm gonna mention that you can get down in the description below is Lakanto monk fruit. Okay, so I did a video talking about monk fruit and how monk fruit actually has a very powerful effect because the body sees it as an herb, not as a sweetener. So it doesn't have quite as much of what's called an excitotoxin response. So monk fruit, although it's combined with erythritol in this case, is actually perfect on the ketogenic diet because not only are you giving yourself the ability to have something sweet, you're also having a potentially positive effect on your gut bacteria in small amounts by utilizing the erythritol too. But the other cool thing that works out really well just in time for the holidays is that Lakanto now has a monk fruit sweetened chocolate. So something that you can have when you're on a ketogenic diet and not feel super guilty. So check them out in the description below, and a huge thank you to Lakanto for making this channel possible this year. All right, next up is going to be the Perfect Keto Keto Bars. Okay, I talked about these in a couple of videos. The Perfect Keto Keto Bars are the first keto bar that's based on whole food sources. So literally we're talking almond butter, we're talking coconut oil, we're talking cacao butter, very basic down-to-earth ingredients in a super low carb, high fat form. So these guys have absolutely nailed it. You've probably been seeing a lot of stuff around lately, and they're one of the bigger craving killers out there. So if you're on the ketogenic diet and you're just trying to get something that's gonna serve as a meal or possibly a meal replacement, this could very well be the way that you can go. Also, a simple way to get more fats into your diet. I did a video talking about how you can add fats into the diet, and this was one of the options. So you can find them down in the description below and get special holiday pricing as well. So check them out. You can click on the link down in the description. Next up is going to be ButcherBox. You guys have seen ButcherBox peppered in through a bunch of videos of mine. And the cool thing about ButcherBox is they are always focused on utilizing grass-fed, grass-finished beef and using pasture-raised meats whenever they possibly can. So this means that you're getting the true high-quality meats. You're getting the true high-quality products. If you go to the grocery store, a lot of times you don't know where that meat came from. And if we're consuming meats that are consuming high amounts of grains, high amounts of soy, we're having a high omega-6 profile within our body. This is terrible when you're breaking a fast or terrible when you're on a ketogenic diet. So I, for one, was always looking for the cheapest, most effective way to get grass-fed, grass-finished meats to get good omega-3 profiles. And that's when ButcherBox had reached out and said, hey, I think we can help you out. Because literally their beef, their meat is cheaper than what you'd find at the grocery store, and it's delivered right to your doorstep. So huge thank you to them. They've been a huge sponsor this year. It's sponsored a bunch of videos because they know I'm all about whole foods. And whenever you can eat just a wholesome food from the earth, that's the best. So check them out in the description below. You can get special holiday pricing and all the different meats, all the chicken, all the fish, whatever they have in stock, plus free bacon for life. So the next thing that is so important, whether you are on keto or whether you're fasting, is going to be magnesium. And those of you that know me well know that I sit on the clinical advisory board for Jigsaw Magnesium. So Jigsaw is a company that has pioneered everything in the way of magnesium. They're one of the first companies to actually publish a clinical trial surrounding their own magnesium supplements. So you may have remembered the video that I did talking about that clinical trial and the results and how magnesium actually did get into the red blood cell, actually got absorbed truly into the body, not just into the serum, not just into the bloodstream. So not only do they have magnesium SRT, which is a sustained release magnesium that works really well when you're in keto or fasting, they also have something known as Electrolyte Supreme, which is a specific magnesium-based electrolyte drink that you can sip on throughout the course of the day. That way you can consistently have your muscles relaxed, so you can consistently have that electrolyte balance that you need to fight off the keto flu. And if you're fasting, it makes it perfect so that you can have those cravings be subsided, but you can also have something nice to sip on. So make sure you check them out down in the description below and take advantage of their special holiday pricing as well. All right, now we talk about my friends over at Four Sigmatic. You guys see the videos all the time. I'm always talking about lion's mane, I'm always talking about chaga, I'm always talking about reishi mushroom, and how you can get such a powerful brain effect from so many of these different compounds. So Four Sigmatic has done some awesome things. Not only have they been a big part of this channel and allowed us to grow over 1 million subscribers like we are now, but they're people that truly do care about a healthy lifestyle. Okay, we're talking generations upon generations upon generations of mushroom farmers with this company. So we're not talking like just low quality products. We're talking about something they actually care about. Now, when we're looking at Four Sigmatic, we're predominantly looking at the lion's mane. That's my favorite. So the lion's mane, like you've probably seen in a lot of my videos, helps promote the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So it actually helps neuropeptides. It actually helps proteins in the brain grow and expand. So we're growing new neurons, but also helps us establish new neural pathways. pathways. So whenever you're on a ketogenic diet and you're developing new habits, and you're developing new eating patterns, your brain is changing. So by utilizing Four Sigmatic and by utilizing these mushroom extracts in a good tasting coffee form or a hot chocolate form, you can allow your brain to sort of cement that way of thought, basically helping to freeze in time how well you are feeling at that point. So this is why it's extremely important. Plus, it's a great way to start the day when you're fasting. Simply by adding lion's mane, you're not breaking your fast, but you're also able to have the coffee, so you're gonna mobilize those fatty acids, get more fat burning effect, and that's exactly why they're on my list and why they're a go-to for me. Honestly, I drink this stuff every day, especially on my filming days when I need to be a little bit more mentally acute. All right, then we have F-Bomb. You guys have probably seen their stuff before. If you're on a ketogenic diet, you know that macadamia nut butter is the way to go, okay? Macadamia nut butter is the highest quality nut butter that you could possibly find. You're not gonna have the phytic acid that you would normally have with almond butter. You see, with almonds, you're dealing with phytates. They're harder to digest. The body actually rejects them. So if you're consuming a bunch of almonds or almond butter, you might find yourself bloated, but you also might end up finding yourself somewhat malnourished. You have to be pretty careful. So they used macadamia nut butter to really pave the way, combining macadamia nut butter with coconut oil and you name it. But now, literally just this December, they came out with their first keto cheese crunch. Now, normally I wouldn't be pushing a keto cheese crunch at all, but the fact that they actually use a microbial coagulant is pretty darn amazing to me. What does that mean? It means instead of adding a bunch of gums and artificial things to bind the cheese cultures together, they literally use microbial coagulants to hold it together. So they use specific enzymes, specific microbial factors to actually naturally get the cheese to kind of bind together. So you're getting a cheese crunch that doesn't have all the inflammatory stuff with it. Now, you know I'm not the biggest fan of dairy, so for me to actually include a dairy product in here says a lot. So whenever you're snacking on keto and you just need something super, super simple and you just need to get those fats higher, or you're trying to add something into the mix without just eating cheese all the time, this would definitely be the way to go. So you're gonna find them down in the description below. Make sure you check it out, the F-Bomb Keto Crunch. So make sure you see them down in the description. Perfect stocking stuffer right here. And lastly, Kettle and Fire. These guys you've been seeing on my channel for a very long time. They sponsored my bone broth fast, they sponsor so many different things, and they take care of this channel, and they look after my fans like they are their own as well. Now, when you are fasting and you wanna break your fast, we're breaking it with bone broth. Okay, I almost always recommend that, simply because it's going to allow that gut mucosal layer to rebuild. Okay, it's allowing that mucosal layer to actually restructure, because it breaks down a little bit when you're fasting. So that's why when you break a fast, if you eat something heavy, you get a stomach ache, you get distended. It's because that gut mucosal layer has kind of weaned off a little bit once you are fasting. So break your fast with this so that the collagen and the glutamine can start to do its job, repairing your gut, but also giving you a slight sense of satiety. Because there is gelatin, because there is that collagen, because there are those protein factors, you end up getting a release of these satiety hormones that make it so you're not starving. One of the last things you want to do when you break a fast is consume something that's going to make you want to eat a bunch of stuff an hour later. Okay, you want to control your fast. This way you're filling up your stomach with something that has some calories, has a collagen benefit, but also gives you the minerals and the electrolytes that you need to feel good again. Plus, they have apple cider vinegar in there to increase the mineral uptake and absorption. So not only are you getting the benefits of the minerals, you're truly, truly absorbing them. So these are my go-tos. These are the guys that make this channel possible. And if nothing else, at least try some of them out just to support my channel in some way or another. I know you watch my content and that's the best way that you can possibly support the channel. But these guys look after us and they allow us to create content. And they're generous enough to create a holiday gift guide with me to make it so that every single one of you can enjoy awesome products, have awesome gifts, but also maintain a healthy keto or fasting lifestyle throughout the holidays and beyond. So check them all out down in the description, and thank you very, very much for being a part of this channel. And if you have any questions or comments on any one of these products, put them down in the comment section below and be sure to answer them. See you soon.